Hi, I'm Professor Stephanie, and I wanted to review with you on this video putting the bed into the grid. Now, I don't have a grid here. What I want to show you is if we were to go back to the technique we've been using all along in class, which is 2 vanishing points and a horizon line, how would we draw a bed? Think about drawing the ottoman. We drew an ottoman together in class. We actually started with a leading edge. Okay, let's draw that. I'm going to draw some guidelines, and we're going to get our leading edge box. Okay, well, I started with the right. I'm going to go over to the left. So we're pretty familiar with this process. There's our 2 sides. Let's get the start and stop here on that edge. And then, whoop, back over there. Too long. All right, we're familiar with this as our box, and we're familiar drawing it this way. Let's add the inside back to this box. And the reason this is important to me is because now we can start talking a little bit about using this box shape in the grid. All right, this is the area where we're not as familiar with, but let's think about this. What is this shape down here when we think about the grid? Yes, this is the bottom of the box, which is sitting on the floor. When we reviewed last time in class, I suggested you start with this proportion. We also did the other step, which is to add the size of the height to the back. Now, the reason this is important is because when we're working with our grid, we have a grid here that represents, in perspective, 5 feet by 2 feet high. This shape over here is also 5 feet wide, 2 feet high in perspective. As an object gets closer to us, it gets larger. That's what this formula is doing for us. All right, so we are using the grid that we created. It's taken each one of those boxes and it represents a foot by a foot in perspective. Small in the back, big in the front. So let's review how we work with our grid to create a bed in 2-point perspective. Started with the floor and the back. That's going to actually be hidden. Then we needed our 1 is the floor. Let me use a darker marker here. 1 is the floor, 2 is the back, and we're using our grid. 3 is going to be the leading edge. Now again, this leading edge is an arbitrary height. The key is, after you've got the leading edge, you've got to do step 4, which involves the back left top corner and the vanishing point. And here's what has to happen. You're going to need to take your straight edge from the vanishing point through this dot, and you're going to need to cross over that leading edge. Very critical, okay? From here, you're probably going to want to get this edge. Again, we don't know about the height. We're going to use the right vanishing point for this line and the left vanishing point for this line. Again, they've crossed each other, so we know that that's going to be the correct shape in perspective. So when you think about your box, your bed box, even though before we started with a leading edge, start this time with the shape on the bottom, counting your boxes, same with the side. Add that leading edge, knowing that you've got to get the height of the leading edge from this back left corner and the vanishing point. Great. I hope this will be helpful for you. Thank you.